Okay, here we are. I want to share a little story time. That's what's happening. So I was just talking to my friend, and she kind of inspired me to share a little bit. I feel called to share about some things that happened in my life. So I was talking to her about my time in Hawaii, and she was saying how I have inspired her to be courageous and to kind of go out on your own and to figure things out. And I was just reflecting and feeling like, you know, thinking about how much I've been through. I think that when I was younger, I was really unhappy. I was really depressed. Actually, I didn't really want to be here. I didn't really want to be alive at times. I was carrying so much pain and sadness and anger and hurt and just fucking trauma. Like, I was carrying so much shit. And I did bodybuilding. My body image was all fucked up. My eating habits were all crazy. Like, I didn't know how to eat. I didn't know how to, love myself. I didn't know how to do anything nice for myself. And, I originally, I went to Hawaii because I didn't know what else to do. Like, I knew that I needed to change a lot of things in my life. I knew that I couldn't keep doing what I was doing because I didn't want to be alive anymore. I didn't really care about anything. I just felt like dead and empty inside. And so I knew I needed to change something. So I think that's where that drive came from for me. And I think so many people, maybe you just get stuck doing the same things over and over, and you're not really happy, but you don't really have the courage to change it. It's like, I don't know, for me, I guess I had to really kind of hit rock bottom and find something to live for, like find a reason to be alive, because I didn't want to kill myself, so I had to figure out how to be okay. So I went to Hawaii, I sold all my shit, I lived in a van, I cried a lot, I was by myself a lot, and I guess I just had the courage and the determination to keep trying, to be something different, to find some kind of happiness, because, I wasn't getting happiness from what I was doing. I wasn't happy, when I had the perfect body and I was doing bodybuilding. I wasn't happy when I had 6 million pairs of shoes and clothes and shit. And I saw these people around me that had so many things, and nobody was any happier for it. So I knew it wasn't about that. I knew I wasn't getting any kind of fulfillment from all this external bullshit that was around me, or even just what I looked like externally. It wasn't doing it for me. So I decided to change everything and just go figure it out on my own. And honestly, it was the hardest time, the best time, the scariest time, the most fun times of my life. It was like every emotion wrapped up into one, and I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so grateful that I did that. Again, I think so many people just kind of go along with life, just kind of go with the flow, and they're not really happy, but they're not really miserable. Maybe they're just kind of floating along, or maybe some people are really depressed or really miserable, and they don't know what to do about it, and I think when you're in that place, at least for me, it was I had flipped my life upside down and I went somewhere where I didn't know anybody. I knew that I wanted to be close to nature. I knew a few things that I liked. I knew that I liked the beach and I liked warm weather, and I wanted to live more simply. I didn't want a ton of shit, because I had a bunch of shit and it wasn't doing anything for me again. So I guess it's just a testament to how much you can change and how far you can come. It's like I've had a million lifetimes within this one lifetime, and I'm only 31. But and I just want people to know that they can do that too, that anything is possible for you and for your life. No matter how stuck you feel or disempowered you feel, you truly have the power. It's just covered up by layers of trauma and and shit from the past that you're carrying around. You know, it's like you just have to decide to stop carrying it, to get out of your own fucking way, and to start making decisions that actually support you, making decisions, you know, that are in alignment with things that you love. And maybe again, like, I didn't know what I liked. I had like a very short list of things that I knew that I liked, which was, yeah, like the sun, the ocean, making things. And so I started there, and then I just kept going. And I think, you know, continuously throughout life, we have to like check in with ourselves and really make sure that we're choosing how we're living. Like, we're consciously choosing every day, like, this is what fulfills me. This is what makes me feel good. I love the life that I'm living. Because I think people can just, again, like, you know, get into a relationship and like just kind of stay in it, but they're not really happy, but they don't really want to leave. Like, or they get into a job and it's comfortable, but they don't really like it, and they just kind of stay in it. It's like death, right? It's like, what is the purpose of being alive if you're not like, if you're not making that choice? Like, we're so heavily programmed from such a young age in regards to like how you should live and everything, what you should look like, you know, getting married, having the job, doing the things, like, it needs to look like this is the prescription to be happy, and it's not working. It's not working, right? Like, our culture as a whole, I wouldn't say is necessarily thriving. Like, we're not really meant to live in the way that they prescribe, that they push on us since we're a child. And so, yeah, I guess this is a little bit about my journey to just figuring out how the fuck I wanted to live, because I was living for so long like how other people wanted me to, how whatever, my family, my friends, schools, like, they, you know, tell you to be a certain way. But I always had inside of me like kind of like fuck you to all of that. Like, I would get in trouble a lot in school, and I always would like kind of push back and rebel. I think I just have that nature of questioning things. But I think that that we all need to have that a little bit more, like questioning what you're doing, like, just, you know, really looking at how you're living and just like consciously making a choice. Am I choosing this, or am I just kind of going along with it because it's what's been presented in front of me? So yeah, I guess, and this is my message, that it's never too late. You know, if you're watching this, you're still alive. Doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are, whatever fucking number is attached to, yeah, your time here on earth. You're still alive, and there's still time to live in a way that feels good to you. And maybe that the way that feels good to you is fucking crazy to society or to your family or to your friends, but it doesn't matter. You have to live with yourself every day. So you have to do what makes you feel good, not what makes other people feel good. Yeah, and you have to have the courage to actually do it, because it's not comfortable. It's not easy. But it's possible, and it's amazing when you actually do it and step into that. So, yep, that's all. Just a little short message. I just wanted to share a little bit. Maybe one day I can go into the whole story of my life. That could be interesting. But yeah, that was my journey through Hawaii. And then after that, I felt complete with Hawaii, and I wanted to go to Mexico. And now, yeah, I'm just listening to myself, just listening to my intuition, and like feeling into what is right for me, like what feels good, what excites me, what do I love to do, and doing it. It's not that hard. You just have to get out of your own way, like remove the excuses, remove the like, oh, but what if this, blah, blah, blah. Like, that shit needs to go. You need to just listen to your intuition. You need to listen to like the spark that comes through you, and not question it, not second guess it. Okay, that's all. Yeah.